Putang ina mo! Putang ina mo!
What's up YouTube? It's your boy Dashing Kevs and this is week 6 of the TPCC-BL Draft League. I am the coach of the Duterte Durants and this week we take on James and the Greenwich Gastrodons. His team is well balanced, amazing speed tiers, wall breakers, support mons, as well as bulky mons. He has tons of options to go with. We are in the upper bracket in the league after the reshuffle, so we are expecting stronger competition. We are ranked above James, but he did have one of the huge upsets this season so far, so hopefully we don't fall victim as well. I was expecting Dragapult, Cobalion, Jellicent, Type Null, Slurpuff, and either Satu or Fletchinder to come. As you can see in team preview, no either flying type as well as Slurpuff. So instead he went with Sandslash and Toxicroak. Very interesting choice. None of my mock battles had those mons. So it's actually good in the sense that Sandslash would check the Toxtricity as well as the Toxicroak checking Vaporeon. However, we did not bring Vaporeon this week because we did feel like it doesn't have a good matchup having Jellicent, Dragapult, and the Toxicroak there. So I went with this team here because a lot of my mocks actually was asking me why I'm not bringing Skarm this week because I don't really feel I need Skarm to win. And in this league, since you kinda have to use all the mons you have, it was an opportunity for me to use some of the mons that I'd rather not use in the upcoming weeks because I think this matchup is very winnable for us with our max Crocodile. Because it kind of sweeps once it gets into rhythm and it's really hard to stop. So, those were very smart brings on his part. Let's check out the game and see how it went. So I lead off with Silvally as he goes Cobalion. Check out the nicknames by the way. I made the nicknames based on some of the other coaches in the league. So interestingly enough, he goes Volt Switch for momentum. We're totally fine with that as we go for Flame Charge here on the Toxicroak. Now this is amazing for us because unless he decides to go to Type Null, none of the other mons he has can take our multi-attack. So we go for the multi-attack, get our first kill. Very good for us. Now we go Type Null. Now this is very annoying for us because I was really hesitant about bringing Silvally Ghost. However, it really does so well versus his team besides Type Null. This mon is really a cancer for us. It really stops a lot of the things we want to do. So bulky, especially with Eviolite. And I did have some tech for this in the form of Reversal, I believe. But in this case, knowing that we can't really break through it right away, we go for a Swords Dance and see what he wants to do. He goes for a Toxic. It misses. Very unfortunate. He goes for a Toxic again, it misses. Knowing that we can't really do much damage, I go for an SD once again. He finally lands the Toxic. We go for a Reversal. That does nothing. Just 21. And at the best case scenario, we would be able to trade mons at this point. I went for a Flame Charge there on the switch because I had a feeling he could switch out, but I didn't want to risk the Type Null living that turn. And Jellicent is a mon that we can kinda set up on. But yeah, looking now, I think it would have been worth the risk since a lot of our mons would outspeed Type Null, especially in that range in particular. So I guess that was a misplay on my part. We go Toxtricity here as you go Sand Slash. Now this is one of the annoying things about his team. It checks a lot of the mons we chose. Definitely wasn't expecting Sand Slash to come, so that will really make us play the game differently. So I switch out to Licky Licky here as he goes Stealth Rocks. Perfectly good play from him. There's no reason not to. We go for the knockoff and take off the helmet. So the helmet was probably there to check our Grimmsnarl because most of its attacks are physical and does contact as well as the knockoff from Crocodile. So that may have paid dividends if the game went in a different way. Goes for Rock Slide. That doesn't really do much as we go for a Wish here, wanting to get one of our mons safely in, as he goes for a Toxic. We're okay with that, that's no problem. He gets a flinch on the Rock Slide, which is very unfortunate. Some hacks going in his favor there. Now, we go for a Psychic here. I wanted to recover up this turn, seeing as there's a good chance we live it, but he gets the roll to KO us. That was very unfortunate because if the flinch didn't happen, that meant we could have gotten the CM the previous turn and then just recover up the next turn freely. But you know, it's mons, it's the game we play, so it is what it is. We go for a Crocodile here, and we try to go for a Max Air. Now the reason I went for Max Air is because the speed is very important for us here, for us to outspeed the Dragapult. We are concerned that that may be Will-O-Wisp Dragapult, even though it is his designated Maxmon, because we don't really have much that can deal with his team. A lot of his mons will be outspeeding our mons and have good matchup. So the Toxtricity can die to like a Draco, the Licky Licky, and the Grimmsnarl gets destroyed by Cobalion. And at this point, I'm not sure if Cobalion is Scarfed or not. If it is Scarfed, that will screw up our Crocodile real good. So I just go for the Max Air to guarantee the speed boost. We go for a Max Quake just because it may be important for us to get special defense boost, especially if the Dragapult is special, since it's most likely gonna be special to deal with our team. Dragapult doesn't really have the best ways of hitting Crocodile, so it may be best for it to go the special route so he can 2-hit KO with Surf, something like that. He lands the Toxic here, which is very big for him. I mean, it is in his favor, so it doesn't really matter. Now, I could have gone for Max Ground or Max Darkness there, and if it was Max Dark, then Jellicent falls. If it was Max Ground, then we do a big chunk to it. But the reason I went for Max Air was I wanted to guarantee that Cobalion does not outspeed us when we do return to normal form, and that was a very big deal. It was very important that it doesn't outspeed us, so it doesn't force switch out. Because in one of my mocks, the way they brought out Cobalion showed that it was most likely Scarf, and Crocodile is definitely our win condition this game, so it can't be stopped in order for us to win. It needs to like take a few months out with it. So I went for Max Air just to guarantee that. So now's the time where we start getting off some Moxie boost. Go for the knockoff there. So that's +1. We go Sand Slash here, we definitely kill. Earthquake, +2. Hopefully we survive the next stick of poison. Take out Type Null. Yep, we survived, so we're gonna get 4 kills out of this. Amazing. That's amazing by Crook. So we got 4 kills, so it's now 3-1, but that is the maximum. I go for Grimmsnarl here, just to make sure we get the T-Wave off, just to neuter it. Now this is very interesting. He went for Curse. Now, this really made me happy in the sense that I was expecting, since normally when you have the max one this way, it's gonna be like an attacker set full of coverage moves, but having Curse was something I did not expect. I even asked James after the game if this was a misplay on his part, but he did say that it was intentional. So we take 25% there. He goes for the max here and goes for max air. That doesn't do nearly enough, and we do have the citrus berry, which would guarantee us living at least 1 hit, or if he went for the steal move, then we would, I'm not sure if we could survive 2 hits. It would depend on the roll, probably, but it was important for us to get Dragapult paralyzed so that we can play off the hacks, because you know that is a part of the game. But seeing as he went for the, what do you call this? Seeing as he went for the Curse, that freed us up for a Darkest Lariat here, and we're gonna win the game 3-0. GG, it's dashing. So, I wasn't really sure what he was going for there. Maybe he went, I thought maybe it was a mistake. He thought Curse would work as a normal type by, you know, getting stat boost instead of the chip damage. But he did tell me that it was intentional. He did that knowingly. So maybe he didn't really have the best ways of hitting Grimmsnarl, and he was afraid we would try to stall it out somehow. But definitely, if he went the attacking set, like let's say Steel Wing and Dragon coverage for the rest of the months, it would have definitely been closer. We could have actually lost that game if that's the case. It would really depend on the paralysis as well, because if we got 1 para on with Grimmsnarl, then he can't really OPO the Licky Licky, so we could get a knockoff on it, deal more damage and whatnot. So it really, you know, there's no really point thinking of what could have been, because it is what it is. But we do recognize that the 3-0 doesn't really reflect how close that game was, and that is to be expected, seeing as we are in the upper bracket. We will be having more games that are this close. It doesn't look that close on paper, but it actually was. So that's gonna be the game. If you like the content, like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one. Cheers!